Today we're building 2 chicken brooders. A customer sent me the request as well as the online plans. Let's see how they turn out. Alright, now I need to level this because we want a perfect cut. That's wrong anyway. 89.9, close enough. That's too far. I'd rather not lose my finger. Alright, now that we have the length, we'll do the height. Alright, there's the 3x2 panels. Okay, so now we have 4 of those panels and 4 of those panels. And now we're going to do the frame and legs. We're going to cut those to length before we resaw them. And because I don't like how my cameraman does it, I am going to set up a stop block because that is the way it's supposed to be done if you want consistency. Alright, that'll be the leg part of the frames. I am going to resaw those 2x4s before I plane them to make the leg parts of the frame. And away we go. Okay, so that was awful. I'm grabbing my glasses. The fan was blowing it right into my eyes. Alright, so now that we've got them resawed, we are going to run them through the planer to get rid of some of the ugly saw marks. And away we go. No, we don't, because I don't have power. Okay, so I cut off the other, what will be 8 legs. I temporarily forgot that we were making 2. Now I am cutting the parts for the lid. Then I'm going to cut out the parts for the rest of the frame. Now that we have all of the initial cuts, we're going to resaw all of the pieces. And yes, this is absolutely scripted. Thank you, cameraman. For the record, he sucks at directing. And now that the dust collection is set up to the right tool, away we go. Now we are going to rip some of these down into 1x's to make the frame of the lid as well as some of the inside lining. Alright, time to assemble these. Alright, since the customer is supplying their own mesh and wish to do that part themselves, I am just going to mark where these screws need to go to hold the mesh itself up. Now onto the lid. Alright, we're going to put the handle in this warped lid. And now we are putting the hinges on this boat frame. So the reason the lid is so warped is the moisture content. When you resaw any material with high moisture content, it will warp pretty much immediately. Uh, Considering I just got these 2x4s from Home Depot today, I confess that is my bad. It's functional. However, there are a few things I don't like, barring my mishap with the lid. If you look on the sides, there is a pretty decent sized gap according to those plans. It's mostly sturdy, but I do believe that I could change a few things to make it significantly better. And the customer has given me free reign to do so with the second one that she ordered. Alright, so both are done. This one was the original design that the customer sent. I'm not a big fan of it with the large gaps that go all the way through. Using a clamp at least helps straighten up that door some. And on this one, there are no places. And oh, right. To keep it closed. That's all I got, man.